So at the end of 2021, we did a business climate survey, and the vast majority of our companies did say that revenues in 2021 had recovered from 2020. And so at the beginning of quarter one of 2022, most of our companies were very optimistic for what 2022 looked like. The lack of COVID in China had made a really stable environment for most companies to grow. The problem, of course, came from the Shanghai lockdown, which interrupted supply chains and impacted companies all across China who didn't even think that they were linked to Shanghai, but they were through supply chain. Right now, the companies that continue to have a positive outlook are those that see their sectors opening up. So for example, financial services have reported they're optimistic. And I think generally, most of AmCham China member companies continue to be interested to be in China, continue to be optimistic about China long term, but they're very concerned about the next 6 months, the next 1 year, if we continue to have COVID lockdowns.
So in the current situation, how can the government help U.S. companies tide over the difficult times in China?
Number one priority for American companies is being able to travel in and out. The second thing is we believe quarantines could be shortened. Right now, a 3-week quarantine seems excessively long. No one else globally has such a long quarantine, so we'd like to see quarantine shortened. The other thing that companies want is guidance. So AmCham China companies do understand the government may have some policies related to COVID to stop the spread. We completely understand that, but it's important to communicate, when this lockdown will end, when the supply chains can start working again. So communication is very critical for business. China has a very large and growing middle class. China has a very stable business environment with the exception of recent COVID impacts. So AmCham China companies continue to be optimistic on China for the long term. There are a number of concerns. One would be COVID. Number two would be U.S.-China relations. Number three would be related to Russia. So, there's no shortage of challenges, but we do see China continuing to be an attractive market for American companies.